Dun, 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 dun.
One can only ponder how well this film will do, at the time of release, at least at this point. Because, I think it's a little too early to tell, but the history may not speak entirely to its credit, but maybe this will prove to be a turnaround. Who knows? Now, I don't know exactly how to read the movie. It's called the 355. I don't know if it means like the 355 or the 355. I don't know exactly how they call it. Or maybe they'll say it in the trailer. Maybe like an over the play, there'll be a narration. But who knows? But, it has some factors of promise. Depending on how you look at it. I know Simon Kinberg, he's kind of floated between the space of, like, some of his projects, like, oh, this is done very well, and, it's very well received, whereas others, like, maybe the Fantastic Four movie or some of the later X-Men movies, that those didn't fare as well as some of the original releases that maybe he was attributed to that were very well done. I remember, like, early on, some of the comic book releases he's known for, I was like, okay, that is actually a really good release. Like, I think in part wrote the Star Wars Rebels season 2. That's not comic book based, but major franchise. But he wrote the season 2 premiere, and that was very well done. I love that episode. Well, Star Wars Rebels is such a good show anyway. But he's attributed here, he's directing, and he's one of the writers among a group. It's basically, he's not the only one that's a familiar face. There's so many other cast members as well. You've got Jessica Chastain, Sebastian Stan. I'm sure that'll bring in a lot of the Marvel people, because there's a lot of Bucky fans. Especially the Stans. My word, there's a lot of people on Twitter that are major fans. Diane Kruger, Penelope Cruz, Lupita Nyong'o. A lot of big names here. But we've seen situations like this before in the past. If you think to other team action flicks, notably ones that are female-fronted teams. I'm not trying in any way to be like offensive. I'm just saying this from clearly a financial standpoint and from a critical standpoint, and really just more so audience reception. This seems to me to be like maybe a more intense Ocean's 8. And while I thought the trailers that looked good, I haven't seen it yet. I own the copy. I don't think it fared as well as it probably could have. But this isn't the first time. We had Ocean's 8. We've had The Kitchen. I don't know how well that fared. These films, by and large, there's one I didn't like. But 3 of them I'm going to mention, I thought looked really good from the trailers. But again, I haven't seen them yet, so I can't judge it from a critical standpoint. But I know from the way they went in release that they weren't as well received. Financially speaking. Maybe critically some were, I forget exactly how many, but financially I think that's a big talking point. Ocean's 8, The Kitchen, Widows, all 3 of those, again, I remember them kind of being lower on the financial list. Now, Ghostbusters 2016 was another one, for example, but I'm thinking this in the dynamics of films with high profile, notably female celebrities that are sort of like an action thriller team. We haven't seen the best reception to this in the past, especially with Ghostbusters. That's not a good movie. I did not care for that one. But anyway, maybe the 305 will be a turning point. Maybe it will. The casting here, I love a lot of these names. I think they're all very capable actresses, and with Sebastian Stan, actor, I guess by and large. But what will the success point be here? Are they trying to launch a new franchise? Is it just a one-off? What will the path be? Who knows? It's anybody's guess at this point. But again, just speaking from history, it's iffy. But this is what it says. So for those of us, I'm sure we probably need to know what to expect. As I said, though, it's very similar like Ocean's 8 and some of those other films. This is what it says according to a synopsis standpoint from IMDb. When a top-secret weapon falls into mercenary hands, a wild-card CIA agent joins forces of free international agents on a lethal mission to retrieve it, while staying a step ahead of a mysterious woman who's tracking their every move. So, it's interesting. Like, maybe a higher... I forgot to throw that one in. Charlie's Angels. Like, another, spy thriller. That one didn't fare too well financially either. The film was enjoyable. It was not like... I wish it had been, like, the older movies. But... Again, like I said, we've seen this type of plot before. This one seems a little more higher gear, but will the audience be up for it? That is, I think, a question that will prove itself with time. Let's see how game the trailers are, though. We're going to go ahead and watch the first trailer for this, and we're going to talk about it more in my condensed review, so I'll watch the video together. Okay. Again, like I said, I'm trying to be very optimistic, but I can't deny history, because I remember exactly, how well those films fared. We'll see what the result is. Without further ado, here we go. Let's take a look. Okay.
The old wars. Cold War. War on terror. He knew.
Jessica Chastain is getting a lot of work, by the way.
But now the enemy is invisible. They can destabilize entire countries from simple reach of their keyboard.
So like more, again, like a more intense, high-stakes action
put you
thriller.
on this. But if you were to go out on your own,
I would need some help.
I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
I'm putting together a team.
And I really do like this cast lineup. I hope it does
I
well.
thought this was done.
I'll be back for dinner tomorrow.
Hands!
But I just
Put your
don't
gun
know.
down.
Please.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pull the trigger.
Or you can listen. We all work for different intelligence agencies.
So there's
American,
prominent people behind it that,
British,
again, are familiar in the
German,
space and that
Colombian,
can,
Chinese.
I'm sure, lead the film to at least a
But
very good
now we
execution,
have a common enemy.
presentation-wise.
And if we don't stop them, they'll start World War III.
Really high stakes.
So we
But
need to join forces. You have cameras.
this
in your
feels like a
jewelry,
higher level
comms
Charlie's
in your
Angels to
earrings.
me. Again, speaking with respect to the new
This is
one.
like half the CIA's most wanted.
Especially with that pop music. I don't know if it's
I
working for me.
I like the new team.
We'll take it from here.
I've got 4 more agents out on the street.
I counted 6, but thanks for the tip.
Lleva mamá para la casa.
I have 2 children.
I like the family vibe,
Normal person.
at least with
I
Penelope
cannot
Cruz's
do this
character.
anymore.
The bad guys are out there right now. You go home. You bring them with you. Are you under control?
Are you?
No.
It feels like honestly like a longer
Ourselves in
trailer.
danger,
But I mean, to the movie's credit, it looks done, well done.
so others aren't. We're the 355.
It's literally like Charlie's Angels, just higher degree. At least in terms of the way it's painted. The movie looks good, presentation-wise. I just don't know how to gauge its probable success. For me, again, that did register as very similar to other films I'm aware of. Although, again, like I said, I think the components of the family's the women's backstory is very interesting, especially with Penelope Cruz and her family dynamic. I think the women all really carry themselves on screen very well, but I can't. I mean, again, it looks like it's much bigger budget, but I can't escape the feeling that I've seen this type of film before. Especially, again, that pop music did not help. It really feels like Charlie's Angels. And again, I liked the film. Okay, well, I wish it had been more like the originals, but because the originals were just such a lighthearted comedy, and it was intentionally meant to be kind of stupid, but they were funny in that way, and that really served it. Then they tried to be like this action thriller, and it just did not. It didn't work. Not so much. The acting was fine. I mean, everybody across the board did a fabulous job, and especially Kristen Stewart. Loved her role in the film. She was incredible. And all these women, they're very competent actresses. I just don't. We'll see. But I mean, the team structure is really like it's a trio of international agents. Like, it feels like Charlie's Angels to me. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell how this film does. But I mean, the action sequences look good. And they did credit the fact that people behind Jason Bourne and those movies behind this. I still have to watch those films. I haven't yet. I keep meaning to. I've seen the first one. But anyway, like a while back. But time will tell. Time will tell. I'm going to look at another trailer that came out, I think actually it was yesterday, which probably as I'm getting back on board. So I forgot about the 355. Like, I was going to cover them originally. I never did. But hopefully maybe the newer look will paint even a better picture. I think the film looks good. The problem is I'm just like, I don't know how well it's going to do. But we'll see. What are your guys' thoughts with the 355? Feel free to let me know down below. Don't forget all the good stuff for liking, subscribing, the sharing, the hitting that bell. And until we get to look at that new trailer in the future, maybe get a bit bigger of a window. I will see you guys at a point that happens to me. But for now, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves, fellow man. God bless and peace.